This is New Perspective Aዲስቅኝት Media.
Like, if I didn't have this camp, I'd probably be at home playing video games. Yeah. But this camp makes me go outside, get exercise, stay in shape.
Yes, you play on the same baseball team.
Yeah, I do. It's a lot of fun.
I like biking and soccer, basketball. It's good. I like it a lot, yeah.
I wanted to work somewhere I could have fun. I could make money. I could do it with my friend, most importantly, because last year I did it with my friends, and this year I'm doing it with my friend again, which makes it so much better.
Running it was great to meet all the kids from around the neighborhood, and we hope to give kids that are a little too old for fully structured all-day camps a little fun still in the summer.
I would love to thank everyone that helped support our camp, people that reposted our Facebook posts or told people, or even the people that came. It's really, really helpful, and thank you so much. It's awesome to feel so supported by our families and friends and just the whole community, because the entire camp is made up of this community. That's who's joined the camp, that's whose kids are in the camp, so thank you to the community, really.
I'd also say, like, kind of what Evan's, along the lines of what Evan's saying, is like, I kind of said this before, but like, people that support local businesses are honestly like the best, because without that, we would not have anything. My name's Henry. I'm 16, and I pretty much founded basically sports camp Ball Boys, which is what me and my friend Evan run. When I was younger, I went to a school for 1 year called High Park Montessori, which is actually over at High Park, and then I went here for 7 years. And it's definitely taught me a lot of things. I played a lot of sports growing up, which I absolutely loved. And that's kind of what inspired me to do this camp, as well as I think another thing that inspired me is I think I like being social and around people, and so spending my day doing this is pretty fun, and you end up making a little bit of money, so that is also one of the upsides. For middle school, I went to a school called Rosedale Day School, which also allowed me to do a lot of sports, as I got to meet a bunch of university students that were doing sports since we used their facilities, and it was honestly, they gave me a lot of useful tips, as well as I've had a coach who has played in the minor leagues for the MLB, and he's also given me a ton of tips for like what I should do, what should be teaching the kids. And I also play baseball, so I think that's helped me a lot. And one of like the main reasons I made this camp is I needed a job, and I didn't want to work a long hour job. I wanted to work somewhere I could have fun. I could make money. I could do it with my friend, most importantly, because last year I did it with my friends, and this year I'm doing it with my friend again, which makes it so much better. It's just a positive experience on a lot of kids that have nothing to do in the summer, so I just help them get better at sports. Whether it's baseball or a little bit of soccer, which I'm not too good at soccer, but I can still teach them a little bit. I think another thing that I like, basically, I go to a school now called Toronto Prep School, and a lot of the people there also play sports. Like, it's basically a lot of sports that like inspired me to run this. I think
My name's Evan Butler.
I was born and raised in Toronto, and I love soccer. I love all sports, and we started this camp 2 years ago, and I'm so happy that it's evolved into what it is now, working with my friends, playing sports with kids, teaching them, coaching them. It's really been awesome. I go to school at Parkdale, just down the road. I'm going into grade 11, and I play on a soccer team in Rexdale, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Milo!
Oh yeah. That was actually
Nice, bro.
Oh no. I stole that try. My bad. Nah. That was not that try.
Oh, that got me, Milo.
My dad also wanted me to play sports when I was younger, which I did. But another thing, I think doing this camp has taught me that, people, it's given me a lot of experience. People don't always do what they say. Like, for example, signing up, running a business, it's basically kind of difficult because they're unsure, and it's just giving me experience. I think as well as that'll prep me for the future. I think in the future, what I want to be doing, apart from running this camp, I would like to become a sports agent, as making the major leagues is really hard thing to do, because 1% of 1%, it's like a really small fraction, make it there, and that'd be very hard. So being a sports agent, I'd be around people who play sports, and I could manage them, which I really enjoy doing, since I could just be around sports and I could just be like kind of managing it, which is actually quite fun.
My grandfather introduced me to it. Him being a soccer player his whole life, and then teaching it on to me, taking me to the park when I was 15 months old, giving me a ball and showing me how to kick it and stuff, and really just stayed with me my whole life. It's been something I've used in good and bad times, something to clear my mind. It's really like just amazing to have a sport that can take you away from anything in life and just be in the present playing soccer. A big thing about our camp is it's not all about teaching skills and doing drills and all that, because we do that, but we do it in a fun way, and we try and just play with them and hang out with them and be their friends, and then subtly teach them lessons along the way. So, for example, Hysop at the beginning of the week, last week, didn't know how to shoot a soccer ball properly, and just through playing games and asking questions and me teaching him, he's now phenomenal. He knows how to curl the ball both ways with both feet, how to shoot it with power. It's really awesome to see his development, and that's another thing I love about the camp, watching the kids get better and better themselves at sports and just as people.
I play for West Toronto Wildcats AAA, and I'm a center fielder and pitcher. And I absolutely love playing baseball, and I'm going to try to go to college for that. But like I said, I would have to work really hard for that, and I think it's really difficult to do that. So I think also being a coach kind of preps me, because I can also, when you're a sports manager, basically your job is to manage the athletes, either financially, getting them new contracts, telling them what to do, blah, blah, blah. It's a pretty big job, and I think I'd really enjoy it. I think it grows, or it starts like responsibility in the future. So I think it's preparing us, because I know kids that are our age right now, sitting at home playing video games all day, I think in the future they're not going to have the same work ethic or knowledge or experience that we have, since we have decided we're going to go out and start something. And I think it is is going to amount to something really good in our future. It's going to build habits. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say from the start. I think building habits is very important, and I think it'll help us a lot. As well as, like, I also love hanging out with, like, smaller children and conveying what I think to the world to them. And, you know, I don't know. What do you think, Evan?
I totally agree. It took a lot for because who wouldn't want to just sit at home and chill out all day, play with by yourself and all that. But really, after starting the camp and learning so many things, I couldn't have wished to do anything else.
I think this camp has been better. It's topped our expectations, like 10 times better than 2 years ago. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. It's kind of a hit or miss kind of thing. I'm really hoping for the best, and it has been 10 times better than I thought it would, which makes me really grateful.
Just tell me how you become friends.
It was senior kindergarten, and I transferred to Howard from Kiel for the French program, and I knew no one here. I knew no teachers or anything, but I do remember the principal telling us that it was funny hat day or crazy hat day or something like that. So I showed up with a Disney hat with 2 soccer balls glued onto the sides of it, and it was really funny. And then immediately Henry and Zach, another one of my best friends, both commented on it, and we basically hit it off from there, and we've been friends ever since.
Basically, yeah, it was like one of the funniest, weirdest hats that I was like, hey, you know, this guy has good taste. That's how my SK mind was thinking. But also, I think like a lot of the people at Howard I didn't initially like, except for Evan. So I was like, hey, you know what? I don't like being around these guys, so I just stay with Evan. And honestly, best choice of my life. Why? Because like, I don't know, he's like one of my best friends, so it's pretty great. I think in the yard, like growing up, we used to like play a lot of sports, even when every other person wasn't. I know in soccer games, everyone was better than me because we played the school soccer games. But I remember we were like always on the same team and stuff, and I think that was pretty special.
Yeah, growing up, going to the same school, and we go over to each other's houses almost every single day, and it's just really awesome to have a friend like that is basically like part of my family now. My family knows him. I know his family, grandparents, uncles, aunts.
I basically like whenever I want to go into your house, I don't even need to tell him. I just go into his house.
Yeah,
it's
a pretty awesome friendship to have. I'm sure it'll continue much, much longer.
I know your parents are friends as well.
Yes, we started that. We will take like, full credit.
They're like
for that.
best friends, and that's because of us.
That is all because of us. So it's really awesome to have now.
They give you credit for that?
Yes,
they do.
Yes, because we became friends, and then we introduced our mums, and then from there our dads were forced to meet each other, and then they ended up liking each other. So it's really cool that now 2 families are like so close together, such close knit, that we're able to now run a camp together.
Interesting.
I thought like basically, I think it's crazy though. Like I honestly, when I was younger, I wouldn't have never thought, holy crap, I'm running a camp with my best friend. Like it's pretty much like better than any other job I could have done. Like it's pretty awesome.
It's also pretty cool to be your own boss. Like
yeah,
we're
actually,
both.
You know what? No, my mom's our boss.
That's true. But
technically, we're
not having to work for a big corporation and just like being told what to do. It's really cool that Henry and I are able to talk to each other and figure out what we want to do and what we feel best benefits the kids or what they want to do. Because at a lot of camps when I was younger, I remember going and them forcing me to do something, even if we did it twice already that day, or scheduled water breaks, scheduled time to sit down, scheduled time to do this, and it was just a lot of like feeling like I was almost back in school. So Henry and I have really made a big effort to keep the schedule up to the kids and what they want to do and really focus on them, and it seems to have worked because they really like the camp.
I feel like, yeah, that's why we have so many returning people, like, because instead of us saying like, hey, you know what, it doesn't matter what you think, we're gonna do this, it's basically a lot of the times in the day we're like, okay, what do you guys want to do, blah, blah, blah. And even when there's like a disagreement, and then we split it 50-50, like, what do you want to do, like, it's
We'll have a vote.
Yeah, we'll have a vote. Should have said that before, but like I think that's why they like it so much, because it's like very different from school. Because school, doing this and you have to do it at this time, you have to finish this in some certain way. But I feel like for us, it's like there's a lot more freedom, and I think they like it. But it kind of really makes me happy that I'm doing this, because basically when I was in camps before, it's same as Evan, it was like really strict about it, and you didn't really, it was way too structured. And some of the reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure the kids don't have to experience that. And mostly the real life, I've seen it, there's basically schools teaching you there's only one right answer, but it's not true. And we're trying to, like, I don't know, maybe having too much structure is like not always as good. So we're kind of trying to influence that over people, you know, instead of school doing the opposite, which, yeah,
is a good balance.
Interesting. I mean, you know, this is a kind of business, a kind of entrepreneurship. You know, you are practicing entrepreneurship as a young person. So, what do you learn from this experience? You know, as running a business. Is it an easy task, or it's challenging?
I've learned that first of all, obviously, working for yourself and starting the camp from nothing, getting people, advertising is a lot of work, and it's a lot of hard hours to make a 3-hour camp. There's so much background work that goes in that you don't realize when you're working for someone else. So it's pretty cool to be able to fully understand and participate in the background work, because I feel like it's taught me a lot of valuable lessons, and it's going to help me later on in life when I do want to move on or do something new or start something myself. I feel like I'll have already a base knowledge of what to do and have experience from the past. So I feel that this camp is a really good way to set myself up for the future.
The main thing I'm getting from this is experience.
Yeah.
Another thing is, I know, like, with experience, I've learned that it's so much work, and then, like, people don't always do what they say. For example, like, when, like, people are contacting me saying, hey, I'm gonna sign up for your camp, and then they don't, which kind of, like, it's a lot of work to, like, get people, because they're like, it takes up so much of your time. And I feel like that's what starting a business is all about, is you have to commit so much of your time, and sometimes people just don't deliver, which is okay, which is what's part of it, which I'm so glad I'm doing this for the, like, because you can get experience out of it. So I know if I ever end up starting my own company, I'll know that, oh wow, why is this happening? Oh wait, this happened at my camp. This is normally what happens, and I'll be prepared for it. I think it's really, even though, like, I think that's kind of what it takes to start your own business.
And what's your parents' part in this business?
Well, we've had a lot of help from both of our moms and dads, but Henry's mom, Lisa, has been a huge help to us. She's helped in so many ways, especially with the waivers. She completely made those so that for legal reasons, she's helped us get kids, show us what to do. So I think without her and without my mom, we'd be nowhere, because they've both put so much of their time into helping us, so much of their energy and efforts into showing us how to do it, because we knew nothing before, but they have done this before. They've been here a lot longer. They've had a lot more experience, so they've taught us a lot, and I'm really, really grateful that they were always here to help us in any way.
Like, yeah, like my mom, completely. Well, I know the first year she like completely got all the kids because I helped us as well. Because the first year we completely did it through Facebook, and basically you put out a group post on Facebook, and then parents respond. And this year I made my own account, did everything, put so many posts up, nobody responds. My mom does the same thing, and then she gets like 20 people, and I'm like, oh my god. It's crazy, like she's really smart, so I don't know how she did that, but we're extremely grateful for that.
First week especially, they helped a lot get started and everything, but over the following weeks they've slowly tried to back away, and we've tried to go out on our own feet, yeah, so we're trying our best to do it by ourselves and run it by ourselves, but them being there is just awesome to have.
As well as like there's still so much to learn as well. Exactly. So maybe we mess up and do something, my mom will know what to do. So it's always like it's pretty much like a backbone, or not like a.
She is the backbone.
Like a mat if you fall. Like, I don't know. I suck at these, but so basically she'll be like, okay, you can't send that, or blah blah blah. And it's really helpful because that way we don't like nothing bad happens because she fixes it. But normally nothing bad would happen. So.
How about your Ronsi boys? When you advertise, you say we are Ronsi boys.
Yeah,
and
big part
what's the community? I mean,
yeah, a big part of our camp is that it's run locally by local people.
I think that's what attracts, like, because I heard a parent say, oh, like one of the reasons I signed up is local, because a lot of people don't like really like supporting big franchises because they make so much money, blah, blah, blah. They think it's easier for them. And localness, I think it helps a lot, and I think it's great that people are supporting local companies, especially with COVID. But that is a big part of it, and I think us being from here, we know, like, I basically know a lot of people in the neighborhood that have signed up, so that really helps, like, with chemistry and like, having, like, letting them have a better time.
What's a challenge running the camp, and both from inside and outside? I hope you have some challenges.
Yes, there are some challenges, especially with kids' disagreements or having little arguments. It was at first a challenge, especially last year, resolving the issues or figuring out how to move on with the day after an incident has occurred. But we've both, after the first one or two, because there's always going to be incidents. There's never going to be a perfect run where nothing's going to happen. There's going to be someone that accidentally gets hit with a ball, or a disagreement between two campers. It's just going to happen. So going into it knowing that was it was actually a shock when it did happen, because it was so much bigger than we both anticipated. But we overcame the challenge, and now if it happens again, I feel like we're ready. We talk to the kids, we separate them, we can divide the kids up into groups. We've come up with a plan on what to do, and we're just going to follow it, and it seems to be working for now. But I'm sure at some point that plan's not going to work, and we'll have to develop a new one. So a big challenge that we've had to overcome is that, but I think we overcame it pretty well.
I think also another challenge, like, some of the kids are really, like, there's a kid last year who really, like, disagreed with people, and he did end up having to leave because there was just constant disagreement, and that was actually a pretty big challenge because we had to explain to the parents, and we had to, like, really, like, give them a good explanation because they were not happy. But I think we overcame that really well because mainly because my mom knew what to do, because she's really good at, like, that stuff. But me and Evan also, like, I think it was the right decision because, I don't know, it's really, I found that was the hardest challenge in this camp. Another challenge was this year, since it wasn't COVID, we really thought, we started advertising way earlier, and we really thought there was going to be, like, nobody in the camp until, like, later. So that was actually quite a big of a challenge, so we had to advertise more. Maybe, like, I put up posters over everywhere, and it just wasn't working. And like I said before, I was doing Facebook as well, and it was just, nobody was biting the hook or whatever. Like, nobody was signing up. So we had to, like, keep on trying to get new ways, for people to sign up, and that actually went on for like 2 months. And it finally, we overcame that challenge. Maybe at the, I think at the end, when summer kind of started, something that really worked is I umpire baseball games, and he went to all the parents, and he's like pretty good at like convincing them. So he's like, hey, we went to a local baseball camp.
I gave them business cards that we made.
That seemed to be working a little more, and I think more people just like to sign up last minute, which is, I mean, I don't know.
It's scary, but it worked. So
it's something we. Something that I'm trying to become as I'm older is a sports agent. So I'd like to manage athletes, which is going to be a pretty, I honestly would love to have that job, but it's quite a hard job to get, but it would be great. But as well as running the camp on that front, I am trying to get, maybe next year, maybe the year after, another branch, start attaching more branches, hiring more people, starting a franchise. I think not only that would be financially like really great, is we're like making our format more known, which I think the kids would love, because some of the things are the kids love coming here, which is one of our biggest strengths. So I think having more locations and being able to take more kids would be great, and we can just convey our messages to them, because we're trying to do that to as many kids as we can, you know.
Well, in 5 years, I want to be in university studying to be studying for my future, and I have pretty high aspirations, so I'd love to get into a good university and be studying there. But obviously, during my time off and summer and everything, I would really love to keep going with this camp, because we're doing this camp still in high school. It's manageable, so I don't think anything.
I think we'll be back for the summers, like even if we're in university. Yeah. We could totally fit time to advertise, you know. So I don't think the camp's stopping anytime soon. But thank you to everybody signing up for the camp, supporting you, because I've done 2 interviews for you, and it's been pretty great. I remember the other one, but I say thank you for everyone supporting, and I hope everybody all the best in the future.
If you have comments, questions or suggestions, please write to us at aዲስቅኝት@gmail.com. Thank you for your support.